Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Millie, and if you're new here, I just like to talk about clothes, lifestyle, culture, and everything in between. Today is a bit of a March/recent favourite. It's got a whole load of everything, so let's just get into it. Notebook here. This is actually a fave. My boyfriend bought me this for Christmas, and it's just like a really cute little notebook. Anyway, let's get into my first favourite, which is magenta. This kind of shade of pink. I have one little tank top in this colour, and I love it. I layer it under a lot of different long sleeve tops and stuff, just have the straps poking out or like a little bit of it poking out. It goes so well with kind of teals, turquoise, browns. I worn it with green. I just love it. I just think it's like a really nice pop of color, and I definitely want to find more things for spring summer in this color. Imagine it in like houses, and it's just beautiful. Sticking with the clothes/like fashion theme, it is actually these red boots. So I got these from a charity shop years ago. They are Fly London, which I think is like a UK, well, yeah, Fly London would be a UK brand, wouldn't it? Silly Millie. Just my like dream perfect boot. They go with everything. Yeah, these definitely are in my recent faves because I haven't stopped wearing them. Next thing on the list is my Kindle. I am a self-proclaimed not a reader. Like, I read on holiday and I do enjoy reading, but I would never call myself a reader, and I would get home from work and think, I just don't want to use my eyes today. Like, my brain is absolutely frazzled. My co-worker Eve told me to get a Kindle. Actually, she was forcing me to get a Kindle for months. So I finally bought one, decorated it all cute. Love it. I'll sit for hours and hours reading. I think I've read 8 books this year, and I only got it at like the start of Feb. One of my favourite books I've read so far is Sunburn by Chloe Michelle Hoarth. Wouldn't call it a romance, like it is a romance, but it's set in Ireland in the 90s, and it goes through, I think, a series of 10 or 15 years, but they start as teenagers, and it's about queer love and just like yearning, and it is so beautiful. It was what I needed after finishing Heated Rivalry. So good, and I would really recommend anyone to read that. It was just a beautiful story. Next thing is these glasses that my client actually gave me, vinted for like £2 because she was doing a shoot with them. I'm going to put her Instagram here. She is currently studying fashion communication, and she's just so talented. Shout out Georgia. But anyway, I saw her post these in her shoot, and I messaged her and I was like, hey girly, can I buy these off you? And she said, you don't need to buy them off me. I bought them for £2. You can just have them. These are not my prescription, but I'm going to go to Specsavers and get them redone. Look at them. They're Miss 60. Let me just pop them on. I said I cannot see for the life of me, but just look how cute they are. The color of them, I just love them. I kind of want to keep them on, but as I said, I cannot see. So let's go back to my normal glasses. Can we appreciate this color combination? Love that, like a minty turquoise green and a red. It's hot. The next thing we have, accepting my ADHD. Okay, strap in, girlies. Strap in. In 2023, I became aware of the fact that I have ADHD. It helped me explain why I found life so difficult, why I find keeping up hobbies so difficult, and why I found emotional regulation so difficult. Anyway, fast forward, it's taken 3 years to get my diagnosis. I got diagnosed in December of last year. Started these bad boys, Elvan, last month. So I've been on for them for a month. These are another favourite because they are helping me cope with life a little bit better, but I do think I need to go up. Accepting my ADHD is really difficult, but getting through it. One thing that I realised in the last couple of months, and which is why it's a favourite, is I'm accepting the shame that comes with ADHD. And if you've got ADHD, you will know that shame is probably the number one emotion and feeling that you experience on a day-to-day life. The years of being told you're not good enough, or that you can't do something, or, oh, why would you start that? You're just going to quit anyway. It can be very debilitating, especially when you get to your late 20s and you look around and you see people being really, really successful, whatever you call successful. I see people get houses and all of these and have kids, and I think, how on earth are you doing that? Because I can barely get by. And that shame is so deep-rooted in me. Learning to accept it. Now, if I start something, e.g. a YouTube channel, which I'm really enjoying, and someone says, how long do you think you're going to keep that up? I just say, I don't know. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 3 years. Now, what I'm doing is just accepting that a new hobby or a new fascination or these different things, it's just a bit of fun. It's just my ADHD being like, oh, give this a go. You might enjoy it. And instead of it being like give this a go and you have to be the best at this, otherwise you're a failure. It's give this a go, and if you enjoy it, you enjoy it, and if you give up, it was fun while it lasted. Yeah, a big favourite recently is me accepting my ADHD and trying to unlearn the years of shame that goes alongside it. If you never see a YouTube video from me again, which I am going to try and continue with this, but if I don't, I won't be upset. And I'm not going to shame myself, and you shouldn't either. Okay, that was a deep one. Let's go on to the next one, which is my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. So I didn't buy this recently. In fact, I got this when I had a makeover back in November. This is Pillow Talk Deep, which I think is formulated for darker skin tones. However, it really, really suits me. Like, I love it. It's just my lips, but a little bit darker. Like, the normal Pillow Talk was the exact same color as my lips. I thought, I don't need that. I just love it. It's so pretty, like an everyday little lipstick, and it's not drying either. I'm not a beauty girl at all. You won't probably ever see a beauty product in these again, but I had to shout out my girl Pillow Talk Deep. See, you can tell I've got ADHD because I'm going from like fashion to beauty to emotions, blah, 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 blah. Next one is a peanut butter smoothie. I've always loved peanut butter smoothies, but we didn't buy peanut butter for a while. The reason why we just didn't. I've rekindled my love for a peanut butter smoothie in the morning. 2 bananas, massive spoon of peanut butter, dates, honey, loads of milk, blend it up. Beautiful. Just spectacular. If you're not allergic to nuts, go make one. Rekindle your love for it. She's stunning. The next one is a podcast. So this podcast is called LEXIE by LEXIE LOBART. I just love it. It's so comforting. If I'm ever feeling kind of like down and out, I will drive to work and I'm thinking, I'll put a LEXIE podcast on. She's so soothing and she has a real grace with things. And she says some things and it snaps in my head like that. Why have I never thought like that? And it's so beautiful, and she's honestly like really changed the way my brain sometimes works, which is crazy. I did a podcast recently where she said that she's been experiencing like jealousy, and her friend was like, oh no, that's not good, and she was like, no, it is good, because jealousy is a good emotion. And something that really, really resonated with me in this one. And she said, you have to take that whole person. So if you're jealous of someone because they live in she didn't say this is just my example, but be jealous of someone because they live in a gorgeous big house. However, they could have acquired that house from losing someone, and you know, you'd have to take that as well as the big house. You've got to take grief. Or you might look at someone and think, wow, I love their body, but they might have body dysmorphia and struggled their whole life with their body. So it's like, you can't take one thing from someone as jealousy. You have to take that whole person. Well, what clicked in my head was, soon enough, actually, yeah, there's issues in my life. Like, I wish I didn't have ADHD, or like, I wish I lived in Brighton, which is my favorite place in the world. In actual fact, I've got a lot of good things, which brings me on to my next one. I need to look in my little notebook because this is a big one for me. My final favorite of recent is my friends. Life in your late 20s is terrifying. It's quite literally one of the scariest times. I mean, I'm saying it's the scariest time of my life. I haven't reached 40 yet. Everyone's going through such different things. People are getting married. People are having babies. People are traveling the world. Some people haven't left their hometown. But everyone is going through so many different emotions: grief, happiness, anger, frustration, everything. A solid group of friends at this point in my life has really changed my life. Having friends that I can rely on, I think as a society, we've become quite a selfish society in terms of saying, you don't have to explain yourself to anyone, or I've got to protect my peace, can be really damaging and toxic. But for me, my friends have shown me that that is not true. I will give up anything for each other, which is just beautiful. For example, one of my friends was having a really bad day the other day, and she texted us and she said, girls, I really need you guys to come round. In a heartbeat, I said, okay, I'll be there after work. No, my night plan was, my boyfriend had bought me flowers, he'd cooked a curry, he was drawing a bath for me, so when I got home I could have a bath straight away, and dropped that in a heartbeat because I knew my friend needed me. A couple of months ago, I was in a really bad place and I was supposed to see my friends, and I texted them and I said, guys, I'm not being funny, I don't want anyone around here, I just feel awful. They turned up. They turned up with snacks. They turned up with crafts. Said, we're going to craft over here. You can join us if you want. If not, we're just here for you. Lo and behold, I crafted with them. And I had a really, really nice time. Brought me so much joy. And I'm just so grateful. Also, other friends, like best friend of 15 years, he doesn't live here anymore, said, I want to do something for my birthday this year. And straight away he offered and said, well, why don't you invite everyone to my house? We'll have a big weekend of it. He's planned all of the places we're going to go to. Just feel so blessed to have such beautiful souls in my life. And I'm really emotional actually, because when we see each other, we get so soppy. We'll literally be just sat there and we'll just be like, girls, I love you. I don't know what to do without you. And it is just so true and it's beautiful. And I'm rambling here, but I really love my friends. You know what? Life is good. And these little favourites have really cheered me up. If you enjoyed this video, drop a comment or a like or even subscribe. What are you going to do about it? Have a fabulous day. Love you.